And when I tell Brittany to finish the intro and we start doing a riff about couples therapy, I feel like I'm not being listened to.
Well, I feel like I'm being attacked.
Cut shit, eat dirt
What was that?
is a thing that I put in my notes for...
We said that.
We
somewhere.
said that, and we said that probably on the pod.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we should make it merch. Cut shit, eat
We
dirt.
have so many.
Forward
we
tough.
have so many merch ideas
No.
we're never gonna get.
No,
to.
we're never gonna
But
make them.
cut shit, eat dirt is so good.
Yeah.
That's like I don't know. I feel like it's our merch that Joe Rogan would have, but it's us. Like it's like the way guys.
Yeah.
It's like all caps and like this. You know what font it'd be in?
Yeah.
You know what font.
Helvetica.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, I think we should do cut shit, eat dirt in the illegible pile of sticks metal logo font.
Yeah.
And that way, because like having shit, the word shit
Yeah.
on a shirt
Mm-hmm.
could be tough.
Yeah.
But if you make
You
it
can't wear that to work.
practically illegible,
Yeah.
then it'll be fine.
You can wear a pile of illegible sticks to work, but you can't wear to work a shirt that says shit.
Yeah.
Clearly.
God, I hate this fucking country.
What's your tattoo? It's just a pile of scary sticks. Don't worry about it.
It definitely doesn't say shit.
You got the job. Do they still care that much about tattoos for jobs, though?
Not in New York. I
Yeah.
imagine like other places they would.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure that there's other places in the country where people still care about it,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I don't know. Also, like, yeah, that's something I thought about. Like when I started getting a bunch of tattoos, is I was like, even if like I never do comedy again,
Mhm.
like I'm a graphic designer.
Yeah.
Like I work in a creative field.
Yeah.
Like everybody fucking has dumb tattoos.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be weird for you to not be interested in it.
Yeah.
Kinda.
No,
Yeah.
totally. I think there's a bunch of people in my job who don't have tattoos. And they're all graphic designers, and that's what I call pussies.
They're like, we
actually.
use our art for the greater good,
Yeah.
not to destroy our bodies and get us into hell.
Oh my God.
She's trying real hard to get into hell. That's
Yeah.
what they think every time
I'm
they
trying
see it.
real hard.
That's what your dad thinks.
Yeah, I
right?
know. Yeah, I'm like doing it against him. Everything
You're
I
gonna
do.
get in, Allie. You don't need more.
Yeah. You're already going to hell, Allie. You don't have to keep disrespecting me.
You're like a student who has an A already and you do all the extra credit, but it's with tattoos to get into hell. You're fine. You have enough points.
Oh my God, dude. I'm like the kid in school who's like, actually you didn't collect the homework, but
Yeah.
it's Satan is the teacher.
Yeah.
I'm like, actually, I have more tattoos. I have more tattoos and I have premarital sex and I
Yeah.
jerk off all the time.
You're the RA in college who's pouring out people's beers.
Yeah.
But you're in flames, I guess.
But I'm in hell.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to Worthless Clowns.
That was nice.
Yeah, you like that? I harmonized.
We don't do that and we didn't plan that.
Nope.
But it felt
No,
good.
we didn't.
It's because we haven't seen each other in a while. We're resyncing.
Resyncing.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Do you feel it now? Now you look closer to me.
Before we came on the pod, Brittany was like, am I too far away? And then I was like, no, I think we're normal. And you're like, it's because we haven't talked a lot this week. And I'm like, it's emotional
You're
distance.
mentally far away from me.
Yeah.
Get in here, Allie.
I sit on your lap
I
for
am
the
like your
entire
dog.
pod.
Yeah.
That would get views.
Yeah.
Then we get fucking lap sitting.
Oh man, we gotta take our socks off again.
I know, yeah. Well,
Comment below this one that our socks are off just to get the views.
Yeah,
And then
if-
we'll get new listeners
if you're a
who
fan,
don't
be
care
like,
about our tattoo
oh,
stories.
those are really cool, smooth feet.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. If you zoom in, her foot has a wart right on top.
No, it doesn't. Don't
No.
tell them that.
There must be wart feet fans.
People have like gross feet.
Yeah, like people like gross looking animals sometimes. And they think they're
Okay,
cute.
this is a different thing, Brittany. I hope you understand this is a completely different thing.
My foot's all mangled. I'm like, it's like when you like an ugly dog.
Also, there's a weird sexual component of the foot thing.
That's true.
But people
that's
don't
true.
like ugly animals sexually.
I guess not.
They're
Yeah.
not like, look at that naked mole rat. Its skin is all
It's
loose.
abs. Yeah.
You said abs?
Abs. Mm-hmm.
What?
Just if it had abs.
I like
I saw Stephen Rogers, former guest of the pod, has a naked cat.
Yeah.
Well, a hairless cat. It's
also naked.
It's naked.
Also going to hell.
Yeah.
All naked cats are going to hell. All naked cats are going to hell. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Put your fucking business away.
Anyway, he posted a story of him petting the cat and the cat's belly was out. And I was like, it has abs. It looks so weird.
Really?
I felt like I could see definition in its stomach.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Maybe it was just stretched way out and it was like a rib or something. But
yeah.
I was like, it's weird that you can see definition.
Yeah. Have you seen those pictures of the naked cat? We should finish the intro.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay.
Here, let's do it again. Welcome to Worthless Clowns.
I almost said welcome to Worthless Pod.
That is worthless. It is Worthless Pod.
It is worthless.
It's
pod.
Worthless Pod, dude.
Yeah. I love it when people comment
no,
below our...
finish the intro.
Wait. I love when people comment below our clips and they're like, Worthless Clowns, pretty apt name when they don't like us.
I know. I love it when they do that because I'm like, I know. We did that on purpose.
Yeah. Anyway, my name's Brittany Cardwell.
It's a podcast about how stupid we all are. God. Oh my God.
It's like we haven't talked for a week.
I know. God, we got to keep hanging out for the pod and nothing
Just
else.
To get the intro down. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Not for like emotional support or anything like that.
Yeah, we go to dinner and we just
I'm not asking for that.
Uh-oh, there's a rift.
I don't need a lot.
There's a rift. Dude, we should get a couples therapist and bring them on the pod.
Oh my God, that's actually a great idea.
We should have people couples therapy us and talk about our problems that we have in our friendship.
We can't get through the intro to our pod. And then I'd have to say things to you like, well, I feel like sometimes when and then you'd be like, so what you're saying is you feel like we get it wrong.
Yeah.
Did I understand that right? And then the lady nods at us.
And when I tell Brittany to finish the intro and we start doing a riff about couples therapy instead of saying the fucking tagline, I feel like I'm not being listened to.
Well, I feel like I'm being attacked. I'm overwhelmed. I need some space.
Can't you see how she just flips out?
It's because when I was a kid, I got called gay. Anyway, welcome to Worthless Clowns, a podcast about how stupid we all are. I'm going to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm Brittany Cardwell. Follow me on Instagram at Brittany Cardwell. Follow the pod at Worthless Clowns.
And I'm Ali O'Neill. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Ali O'Neill. And we have a YouTube channel. Just Google or fucking type it into the YouTube search. If you go to www.youtube.com/worthlessclownspodcast, it'll come up. And comment and rate and subscribe to our pod. Please rate us. We are nothing.
Please.
We're nothing without you.
We got a couple, I can't see all the ratings on Spotify, but a couple people decided to go in and hate, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we had 5 stars and now we're 4.8, but keep listening.
Keep listening. And if you grow on us, change your thing. And if we don't, then
I bet it was one of those guys who got pissed about that dating comment clip, who had a profile that's entirely cars or guns that went in and made negative posts about all of our whatever. I'm talking like I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
He made a negative post comment. That's like how a parent would talk about social media.
Dude, this fucking most recent clip that we've posted.
Oh my God.
It's bananas. It has like 300K views on Instagram.
It's crazy.
And people are like, yeah, men are better at sports.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's just weird because I don't know. I don't feel like I get why a lot of people viewed it because it's like a broad thing.
Well, I think it's because it's like political.
Yeah, it is, but
it's not.
It's
That's
barely.
But people are making it political.
And also, everyone keeps going, "You didn't pass the Bechdel test." And I'm like, you understand the context of this is an hour-long pod.
Also, like people talk about the Bechdel test like it's a proven phenomena. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was just literally a author whose name is Alison Bechdel. Yeah. Came up with this idea where she's like a lesbian author. She wrote Funhouse. And she was just like, every movie I watch, all the women are just talking about men if they talk to each other. And she's like, imagine, like, it was like, I don't know if it was like a joke thing, but it's not like a scientific thing.
It's just something you notice and you're like, it would be good if we didn't do this.
Yeah, like Castaway doesn't pass the Bechdel test, but that doesn't make it like, or like, it doesn't make it like not feminist because it's a guy and a volleyball the entire movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Feminists hate Castaway. And then what was that one with...
There's no women not talking about men.
Yeah, I know.
Where are those women on this beach?
Yeah, I know.
It just completely like remove the point of the movie.
Or what's that fucking movie where with Will Smith where he's the dog?
I don't know.
Maxim, do you remember? I Am Legend. That's the one. Dude.
You know what's crazy about this?
What?
It came from a web comic, the Bechdel test.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't write an article. It's literally just a comic strip.
Oh, a comic strip. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we were just informed you can't hear him off mic, but Maxim was just like, oh, it came from a comic strip. It wasn't an article. Mm-hmm. It was literally just her being like, imagine this. Yeah, it's like not a super serious thing. It's just like a kind of a way to like frame... Oh, God. Be careful.
Putting my phone on silent because we keep getting followers from that clip.
I know, yeah. Oh, now we're getting so many followers. It's bananas how that shit blew
They're going to leave once they realize what pieces of shit we are. That we only talk about bugs. We never talk about basketball and women's rights.
They're like, this basketball and women's rights podcast, worthless clowns.
Yeah.
With 2 experts in women's rights and basketball. Oh, God. Brittany,
so, how are your teeth feeling?
They feel good. I've been brushing with, so I wore Crest white strips on the way over.
Mm-hmm. Send me a picture.
Yeah. Brittany was asking.
Selfie of her with Crest white strips.
It's also insane. I look insane in it. And she was asking me like.
Yeah, you look really happy with yourself in the picture.
I'm like. It's not even, it's like an unnatural smile that like a chimp, like I look like a chimp baring its teeth to look aggressive.
Yeah, you do.
But like I wore them on the way over and Brittany was like, hey, what do you think we should have for the post today? Maybe we should do this or maybe I should do that. And then I just sent her that picture and don't respond to any of her questions.
Just like every guy I've dated.
Oh, yeah.
You can only answer one question.
I know, dude.
That's what I've learned. Not you, like guys.
Also me.
Yeah.
I'm a guy.
Yeah. I guess I get overwhelmed with more than one question. But I'm always on the bus and I'm like, I got lots of questions.
I know, yeah. You're always on your hour commute here.
Yes.
While I'm like, fuck, I have to walk my dog. I have to get ready.
And I'm like, hey, here's a thought. Here's a thought. Here's a thought.
I know, you're always slamming me with questions. I did bring it up one time and you are better at it.
I am?
You're way better at it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
There was,
I guess I thought about it.
I also could just not respond, which is a very...
And just like train me.
Or I could just be like, respond when I have time instead of being like, oh, now I have to fucking riff with Brittany over text.
Yeah, you don't have to respond.
Yeah, I know. And I would get all frustrated about it. I'm like, Ali, you gotta fucking relax.
Wait, so the whitening strips though?
Oh, yeah. So I wear them every once in a while. Here's the thing. I can do a habit if I have to do it every day. I can get in the whatever of it. But if I do it like every other day or every 3 days, I can't do it. So then I'll just wear like Crest white strips like once a week.
Yeah.
Because if I wear them every day, they make my teeth hurt. Yes. And also I've been brushing with Sensodyne.
Oh.
And so that's been helping. But yeah, I would like wake up in the middle of the night with tooth pain.
Oh my God.
Tooth pain,
this
Brittany.
Is I dream about this all the time.
You dream about waking up with tooth pain? I constantly
have dreams where I've accidentally left my Crest white strips on like for like 12 hours straight and that my teeth are just like rubber. Yeah, like all the time I'm having these dreams.
All the time?
All the time.
Like once a week?
No, I don't know, once every couple of months. But I've had a bunch of the same.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm always just mad at myself because I'm like, it's your fault and now your mouth is ruined.
Now your mouth is all rubbery. It's also
you want it to look slightly nicer.
It's hilarious that they turn into rubber.
They always turn into rubber. They either turn into rubber and they're obviously like really movable and stuff, or they're like super small and just weak.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, like
have you ever fallen asleep with the white strips?
No, but my ex, when he had some, it wasn't white strips, but he had like these like ones from the dentist where you put the whitening into like a little like
into a tray.
Each tray, yeah. And
how do you fucking fall asleep with that in?
I think he did it because he wanted them to be really white, so he didn't care. He didn't like think about how it could be damaging.
Yeah.
And he woke up and his mouth was in a lot of pain, and it was for like a long time, I think.
Yeah.
Like a week or something.
Dude, it fucks you right up.
Yeah. So I think the dream could be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, any updates with you that are also incredibly boring?
I think people are going to like to cross white strips.
I don't think they are. I think they're going to be like, Ali, we don't give a shit about your teeth.
Do you do them a lot?
I always forget to do them because I can't do them every fucking day. So then I'll do them like once a week.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of shit that I had to do today, and I had a work emergency, which means that other people are panicking like they're going to die, and I have to deal with it. And it ruins my entire day. And even though it's like, oh no, this signage is not what we thought it was.
Yeah. We need a lighter green.
Yeah, it's literally literally my fucking job. Is they're like,
people are running around pulling their hair.
That's literally how people react. And I'm like, nobody's getting shot.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what made me like such a good at like my stupid job, is because like people who have never failed before in their life are like, oh my God, if we don't get this signage in on time, the world is gonna explode. And then I'm like, listen, we're not fucking saving lives over here.
Yeah.
Like,
do you get really focused under stress when there's like oh, we got to get this done immediately?
Well, normally I do, but last night I had a CBD drink.
Oh.
And I felt brain foggy. Well, it was partially my fault that I didn't do all of the stuff that I needed to today. I think I wouldn't have done it because of the work emergency anyway, but I would have gotten more done. But in the morning I woke up and like, you know when you have like a weed hangover?
Yeah, I hate those.
Dude, I like had a fucking CBD drink, and then I woke up and I was like so brain foggy and like tired and shit.
Yeah.
And then I dawdled for way too long. And then I started working on, as soon as I started working on that clip, then they were like, work emergency, we need a lighter green. And I was like, fuck. Anyway.
Yeah.
Updates?
Well, I went to Shane's birthday party. Shane Torres, also former guest. And that was fun.
I wish I could have gone.
Yeah, it was fun. And Steve Rogers was there, who I already mentioned.
Hell
hey,
yeah.
I'm not obsessed with him, all right?
You only talk about him all the time.
He's so funny.
Oh,
listen to
if
his
you like
episode.
Steve Rogers so much, why don't you marry him?
Well, he's getting married to Kaylin Palufo, and I'm very happy for them. It's adorable.
I know. But, what an insane coupling.
I know.
What an insane coupling.
Yeah. But anyway, he was there, and I had just sent him this video of a bunch of elephants being played, like one-on-one though, like a bunch of different videos of a guy playing the piano to these blind and handicapped elephants because they don't have anything else in their lives.
So they don't have anything else to do.
This guy brings a piano out into the jungle and plays them classical music, and they love it. They're like standing there and they're making all these noises, and they're like moving their trunks and they're flapping their ears when they the music and stuff. It's so cute.
That's what you're like when you're excited.
Oh yeah, I guess so. And I cried.
You cried?
It's so sweet and like nice. And I love animals. And I love elephants. And I remembered Steve loves them, so I sent them to him. And then I saw him at Shane's birthday. And I was like, what's up? How about that elephant video?
You're like, hey, Steve, wait.
And then other people kept coming into the conversation. So we'd have to like explain the elephant videos to them. And I kept being like, and the elephants really like it. And I'd move my hand next to my ear, like a big elephant ear. And everybody was like, wait, what? And Steve's like, yeah. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing the ear? Why are you making a trunk?
I know. You're like, I'm an elephant. I'm an elephant.
So then so many people came up and ended up doing the trunk move, like kind of spontaneously, because everyone had the same thought. And the reason I didn't do the trunk is because I am bad at perspective taking, I guess.
I would say that's true.
Yeah.
There are times when I'm like trying to explain something to you and you're like, but you don't. Okay, there's one time we were talking about ADHD.
Yeah.
And you were like, sometimes when I have a lot of work I have to do, I feel sick. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't feel that. And you're like, you don't feel sick when you have a lot of work to do? And I'm like, no, I don't feel sick. And you're like, you don't feel sick. And I was like, no, Brittany, I don't feel sick. Also, I can't
just stress different words.
Yeah, you're like, but if it's not this, then what is it? And you really got caught on that detail. And I was like, I can't diagnose you. I can tell you about my experience, but you were like, but you don't feel sick? I would like explain how I feel when I like get stuck in ruts and stuff, and you're like, but not sick. And I'd be like, no, dude.
I feel nauseous. But I realized it's only when I'm doing work that is not engaging for me.
Yeah.
When it's like repetitive and boring and administrative type stuff.
Yeah.
And I just have to do it. I feel nauseous.
No, yeah.
And I think I was talking to Maggie about this. I feel like part of it is it's like
it could be like dread.
It's dread, and I think part of it is when I'm doing those types of tasks, my bad thoughts come in.
Oh.
And I think that's probably why I like the other tasks so much, because I'm like, I'm avoiding my negative thought patterns.
Yeah.
I feel good.
If it's engaging enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why, like, when I do like little repetitive things at work, which a lot of graphic design is, I like have a podcast on.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But also if you're writing emails, you can't really have a podcast. Because then you'll just type
just
out all of the dialogue of the podcast.
Yeah.
Which I've done before in emails.
Welcome to Worthless Clowns.
Yeah. Welcome to Worthless Pod. Lighter green.
Yeah, green.
Dude, speaking of... Okay.
Lighter green. Dimensions.
Speaking of disabled animals, there's this lady I follow on TikTok who has a bunch of parrots.
Aww.
And birds are cute. I love birds. I love videos of birds.
Yeah, me too.
And she has a bunch of like, I almost said a bunch of fucked up parrots, but they're just disabled parrots. And she has one parrot. His name is Bruce, and he's like one of those blue macaws.
Yeah.
And he is he does this thing where he like raises his wings and he puts his head down and he coos. And she's like, this is Bruce. He's developmentally disabled. So he's like, that's like something like a baby bird would do to get attention from its mom, but he's full grown. So he's like one of those people that it's like, oh, like they have like the wherewithal of like a 7-year-old, but they're an adult, but it's like a bird, so it's really strange.
Yeah. He's like, pay attention. He smashes a glass against the wall.
Yeah, I know. He's like, grr, grr. And it's also so funny to be like, yeah, this parrot is developmentally
Pay attention.
disabled.
I'm getting bad grades.
Yeah.
Ask me how I'm doing.
Oh my God.
Oh man. I love these little bird videos.
Dude, I love videos of
the birds kissing each other and being like, hi.
Yeah. They're like, what you doing?
It's adorable.
What doing? I love birds, dude.
Oh God.
I love when birds just repeat stuff. Yeah, wait, have you seen that parrot being like, what the fuck?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
Hold on, fill the
while
air
you're
while
doing
I
that,
look for this.
Remember the bird who would do you remember this bird? He would like sing.
Do you remember this bird?
He would sing and dance to "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor." Let the bodies. That is my favorite bird.
Dude, yeah, I know. Like when he's like, also it's so funny when the bird's like, it's like doing it under its voice. It's like, let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies
like he's so pissed.
Let
the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit
Okay,
the
here
floor.
we go. Here's the.
And then he headbangs, right?
Yeah. Hold on.
Man, he looks pissed.
It's so funny.
He's saying it like he's like on a psychotic break.
He's like, what the fuck? It's so funny. And I'm like, dude, what is this bird so mad about?
He stressed different parts of that sentence in the same way I did.
Dude.
When I was asking about you feel sick.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck?
I know. Or like what they make you do in acting classes where it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You got a stupid story?
Yeah, I do. You've heard this before, but it's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the idea of when you don't like something going into somebody's face. Like a buzzer sound, but with your mouth.
Or maybe when I'm taking too long with my story, if you're just like, finish it.
I know, and I'll be like, I don't feel sick, Brittany. What the fuck?
This is about earlier this year when I was having my panic attacks constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
constantly.
God, for like a month and a half.
Dude, I know.
Whatever.
It was rough.
It was such a bad time. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had my first panic attack, and then I won't go into detail about that. But I will mention that I did take an ambulance because I thought I was dying, or I could be. I thought I was having a panic attack, but I was like, if I'm dying, I got to go.
Yeah, well, that's what a panic attack feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like you're dying.
And it was my first one, and I was having all this heart stuff with my doctor, whatever. That stuff doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. I might die. It's fine.
Yeah, nobody's worried about it.
Yeah. But the one thing I will say about the ambulance is that they didn't have water in there.
What?
I asked if they had water. They didn't have water. He was like, well, we have some, but it's not drinkable. It was like dirty water. This guy, they didn't have anything in the ambulance I was in. They just like gave me a fake ambulance because they knew I was just having a panic attack.
Yeah, they heard you on the They heard you on the fucking 911 call, and you were like, they were like, this bitch is not being for real. Send her the fake ambulance. It's a cardboard box.
Yeah, and it took forever to get there. Like they just knew I wasn't a problem, probably. And he didn't know anything about the measurements. They sent me a fake. What do they call him? EMT.
Oh, yeah.
He was fake, too. I think he was just dressed up. He looked like a little boy. He didn't know what blood pressure was bad or not. I asked him about the numbers because I couldn't remember. And I was like, what's high again? And he didn't know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Every time I've called an ambulance in New York City, it takes fucking ever.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was, after that, I had like panic attacks, like almost daily for a while. And they were awful. Not all of them were really bad, but the first week or two was pretty bad. And there was one day I was like, I got to pay a lot of attention to my stress. And I was trying to be like really relaxed and stuff. And I was like, today I'm going to go just get like a manicure and a pedicure and I'll be relaxing. That's like hours of just sitting there and being like treated.
Yeah.
And I do this all the time. It's not stressful. And I get there and I sit down. I'm getting my feet done. Feet!
Oh.
You guys need to see them to understand the story?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at these very dirty socks I have on. Yeah, they're clean, but they're just old.
Yeah. She's doing my feet. This lady and her friend come and sit down next to me. And that's fine. And then the lady starts talking about like an abusive relationship situation.
Oh, yeah.
That she's in.
Yeah.
And because I've had a similar thing, that
it like brought it all back.
It triggered me and I started having, she was going through so much and I like related to it so much, I guess, that it like really affected me. And normally that wouldn't lead me to have a panic attack, but it did.
No, but you were in a very like weird spot.
Yeah. And she just would not stop. And I started feeling it come on. And I was like, well, I can't leave because if I leave, then I'm training myself that if I have this, I have to flee. Like it's that scary.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to associate it with
I guess I don't necessarily agree with that, but
well, I think I was worried if I left, I would just be like teaching myself I couldn't get through it without like turning everything off. Yeah.
Well, I guess, looking back on it, like those things like slowly dissipated over time.
Yeah.
And like we didn't know that that's what it would be like at the time.
No.
So yeah, that makes sense.
But also it was hard to leave because I'm in the middle of all this service and my nails also, they had already put the foil on and done all the gel stuff, like the midway through or whatever. So I was like, well, I got to sit here, but I'm like having a panic attack.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting there just trying to like do all the breathing. I'm like acting real weird.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
She's like massaging my feet.
And then you're like,
yeah. It seems like I'm like way too into it.
You're breathing like you're going into labor.
Yeah. Like I'm enjoying it too much.
Yeah.
And then the breathing wasn't working. I was just like continually having this attack and you feel like you're not connected.
Yeah.
You feel like you're just acting crazy. And like, then I asked the lady to get my headphones for me.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it in a calm way that made sense because I was just like so agitated and dissociated.
Yeah.
So I was like, give my head. I need my headphones. Give my headphones.
Oh my God.
And they were in my jacket, but I couldn't like explain anything.
Yeah.
I was just like, blue jacket. They're in the pocket.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was being really rude because I couldn't
communicate.
I couldn't communicate in the normal way.
Yeah.
And she brings me my headphones and I'm like, okay, I'm going to blast out this woman talking about her abusive relationship.
What did you listen to?
Beach House. It's calming. But then
so random.
Yeah. That didn't work because it didn't, like all my physical symptoms were too high, I think.
Yeah.
And that wasn't calming me down. And I knew what the lady was talking about. It was like I was just imagining it while listening to Beach House.
Yeah.
So it just got worse and worse. And I was like freaking out because I was like, now I got to this foot massage is almost over. And now I'm going to have to go sit at a desk with the person.
And like look them in the
eye. And I'm still acting like this. Yeah. And I was like, I can't do this. Mm-hmm. And I also didn't want to explain having to leave and take all the foil. Like I was like, I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
So then I was just like, hey, can I have a massage? And then I was like asking like really abruptly for
a massage.
Like a back massage. And she's like, how long? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I didn't know how long.
You're like, until this is over?
Until I'm normal again. And that lady put me off onto somebody else. I think she was like sick of my weird behavior.
Yeah.
And probably thought I was being like weird to her. Because I was like,
also, if somebody's acting erratically like that and you live in New York, people are like, this lady's on drugs.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I felt like I was on drugs.
Yeah.
So then this other lady gives me a massage and that does work. Mm-hmm. Like I finally get back to feeling mostly normal.
Yeah.
And it was all fine. But it was just like...
How long of a massage did you get?
I don't remember, but probably like 20 at least.
Yeah.
And I paid for so many services just to like...
Just to not have a panic attack?
Yeah. I spent like $150.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
I remember you texting me about that.
I think I called you right after.
Yeah, you did.
This happened again.
Yeah.
I'm in a relaxed environment.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you can't plan for that lady like talking about that shit.
No, I was so like, I knew she was going through so much and I felt really bad for her.
Of course.
But I was like, you need to shut up.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, so pissed.
Yeah.
She was just talking so loudly about it, and it was like full.
Yeah, and also like I feel like when you have panic attacks, you get nervous about having another panic attack.
Yeah,
and it makes you have a panic attack.
Yeah,
it's like this terrible cyclical thing.
Yeah, it feels like your new life and your new like the way you are.
Yeah, and you're like, now I just have to avoid everything.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
But I haven't had a big one in a long time.
Hell yeah, dude.
I have like minor, like I'll have a moment where it feels like it's starting.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, that's nothing. It's
nothing.
Yeah. And it just goes away.
Yeah.
You've never had one?
No, I've never had a panic attack. I just punch ladies I work with.
Oh yeah. You just smash a glass
on a lady's hand that I at an establishment that I work at.
Yeah. You just let it all out.
That's called a Boston panic attack. Yeah. Is hitting a coworker. But my stupid story is way less than that.
Wow, mine was way too long.
No. I've talked about my Auntie Jesus on here before, right?
Yes.
So my Auntie Jesus is a very close friend of my Uncle Ted, who has passed away. Mm-hmm. And they were like super close.
Wait, can you tell the listeners why you call her Auntie Jesus?
Because
and me, because I forgot.
Well, when I was younger, I like always saw them together. They were best friends. My Uncle Ted was gay, and he fucking grew up in an Irish family in fucking Rhode Island. And as soon as he turned 18, moved to San Francisco because he was like, I can't live with my dad, who is an Irish man who's like homophobic and shit. Mm-hmm. And so he moved to San Francisco, and he lived in San Francisco my whole life. And his best friend in the world, Brittany, is
Yeah. I'm ready for it. What is it? An elephant?
No.
A disabled elephant?
No.
Oh, man.
No, I said, this is why I got all weird. I was like, his Brittany.
Oh.
Because his best friend, I'm calling you my best friend in the entire world. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
This is what happens when you try to be vulnerable,
I can't
Ali.
pick up on the things people want me to. I only pick up on
You're like, are you sick? But anyway, his like he would like they would like call each other life partners, even though he was gay and she was straight.
Yeah,
is my Aunt Barb, who my whole childhood thought they were married. Yeah, because they were always together. They would always visit together and shit. And he died when I was like 12, I think. He killed himself. He killed himself when I was like 12.
Yeah.
And then anyway, one time they were like both of them were in Massachusetts visiting us, and I was like, "Are you my aunt?" to Barb, and she was like, Yeah, you can call me your Auntie Jesus. And that's the whole story.
And she didn't explain.
No.
So you don't even know why. She just said that.
She was probably just high.
Yeah.
And, but like, I remember after.
And then she forgot she said that. Every time she sees you, you call her Auntie Jesus. And she's like, I don't know what's up with this kid.
Yeah, she's like, I forget who she came up with that. Why?
Yeah.
And I remember like after my uncle died, like maybe like a year later, my cousin Mike, who's like my brother's age, called the house and was like, I have to talk to Owen. And then like Owen gets on the phone, like me and my mom and my brother are like in the house together or like in the same room together. And then like Owen's on the phone. He's like, what? Yeah. Okay, bye. And then he hangs up the phone. And then my mom was like, what was that? And Owen was like, Mike just called up and was like, did you know that Ted was gay? Like all mad about it. Like nobody told him. And like I was like 12 or 13 being like, yeah, Ted was gay.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Look at all the clues.
Yeah. And he was
San
like,
Francisco?
did you know that Ted was gay? What the fuck? Nobody told me. Like it was so insane.
Was he really obviously gay?
Oh yeah, dude. He was so obviously gay. There's one time
the other uncle like is always like, oh, like he's just walking around being like, oh, he thinks of another thing that was like clearly gay. Yeah. The rest of his life.
Oh, I saw him getting fucked in the ass that one time.
Yeah.
And like one time I was at a Barb's house and she lives in somewhere like outside of San Francisco. I was at her house and we were like looking at pictures of Ted, like fucking printed out photos of Ted. And then
printed out. Like the ink is all like it's doing that line thing.
No, it's like the glossy
like nice
paper
ones.
photos. Yeah.
Remember when people used to print out on the printer and just hang those up?
Oh yeah, that was my entire room because I couldn't like get posters and stuff. Yeah. You know.
I think Maggie told me she had a roommate who would just print off like pictures of a sunset from Google Images on a piece of paper and hang that up as like their decor, and she couldn't stand it. And it's like cut out all bad. It's just taped to the wall.
Awful.
Yeah, as an adult.
Ugh.
Anyway, you're looking at pictures.
Oh yeah, we're just like going through pictures of Ted, of like when he was like young and whatever, and then she like there's a picture of him in like a woman's nightie, like a see-through woman's nightie, and he's completely naked. And he has his dick tucked to look like a pussy.
Yeah. And that's just in a pile of like normal pictures of Ted.
Because like they're fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then she's like, oh, and that's your Uncle Ted. Yeah. It was so funny. He had like lipstick and then like a woman's nightie and then like a very fancy hat and like opera gloves on and then his dick tucked. It was so funny.
Your uncle, the other uncle's like,
that was my cousin who was like, Ted's gay.
Cousin.
Yeah.
He saw that picture. And now he's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
He's like, oh, I just thought he didn't have a dick.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my Auntie Jesus is still very close to me. Mm-hmm. We still talk all the time and whatever. And like about a year ago, I went to San Luis Obispo with two friends of mine to a resort called the Madonna Inn. And we met them there. And like we stayed at this resort for like 3 days or whatever. And it was so fucking fun. Yeah. And my Auntie Jesus, let me tell you something about her. She loves to get fucking ripped.
Oh, nice.
She loves to party. And like she's always like smoking a ton of weed all throughout the day. And she always has a karaoke microphone, which is just like a microphone with batteries in it that you sing into it. And it like projects your voice. So she would knock on our door and we would open it and then she'd be like, oh,
it's all like show tuney?
No, it's always like weird songs from the 80s that I don't recognize. Mm-hmm. And she like puts her whole pussy into singing it. It's not like she's doing it like jokingly. It's like she's like fucking blasting. And so there was one night we all went to dinner. We went to dinner like at the resort and it's like a very expensive like steakhouse or whatever. Yeah. And she was already so fucked up before the dinner started. And like then we like drank and whatever all night. And like me and my two friends stayed out and like they went to bed. Yeah. And then the next morning we were all getting breakfast together and Barb was like fine. But like her husband Walt, who's like an angel by the way, was like all fucked up and he's like, yeah, Barb was so fucked up, I had to put on her CPAP machine last night.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I was like, that is the most romantic thing I have ever heard in my entire fucking life.
Aww.
I'm like, I need a man who will put on my CPAP machine when I am too fucked up to do so.
Yeah. Aw.
It was so sweet.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Man.
Should we get into this posting?
Yeah, I think we have to.
I know. We've been taking our intro was very long.
Intro was long. My story was too long.
No, your story was not too long.
Okay.
Your story was normal. Our intro was way too long.
Yeah.
Because we haven't hung out and we have a lot of emotional distance between us.
Yeah, but we're getting closer.
We're getting there. Don't worry, guys. We're going to have dinner after this and catch up.
Yeah. The pod will continue. Wait, sorry. My links are all weird. Oh, I'm looking in the Worthless Clowns chat. Idiot. Okay. Here we go.
Put it on the bingo card. Brittany doesn't know how to use a phone.
Can't use phone. Am I the asshole for telling my friend to fuck off with the way he texts? I, 22, female, hate texting. Oh, I thought this was a dude when I read it before. That's the way it sounded. Anyway. Well, we're not reading it now because we don't want to.
No, we got really negative feedback on talking about women, so we're never doing it again.
I hate texting. I only text people once a day. I would love to only text people once a day. But it just can't. It's like not possible.
Yeah.
I try and do that with like emails at work.
Yeah.
Not lately at all, but it like is a good idea.
To like
this is my email time.
Oh,
and then I can like focus.
Yeah.
If I could do that with texting, I think that would be good. But I always need to know what's going on.
Some things are time
sensitive. I
gotta
see your picture of your Crest
white strips.
Yeah. Can't miss that, you know.
I know. Yeah. I know. There'd be even more emotional distance between us if you only checked your text once a day.
Yeah. The issue is I have a friend who loves texting and is constantly messaging every second. Many of his friends and family don't mind it, and some do. Some people had to have profound words with him over texting.
Profound words. Oh my God.
Like biblical.
Yeah, like what is that fucking, is it a Latin curse?
Yeah. And he's respected chiefly their wishes and has slowed down with the text.
Okay, I understand why she doesn't text. She's exhausting to talk to.
Because she thinks too hard about the way she writes the text.
Yeah.
It's hard
like,
for her.
Chiefly.
Yeah. She's like, I got to replace this word with a different word.
She's like, if I start texting, I have to take out my thesaurus.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. For the last 6 months, he's been sending messages in a way that he thinks is the funniest thing in the world, but it annoys the fuck out of me. I think it would do with everyone else. I think it would do so with everyone else. I don't know. But instead of texting,
it would also annoy everybody else. That's what she's saying.
Instead of texting, hey, how are you? He decides to text like this. And it's written, hey, how are you? But there's a space between each letter. So it's just like H space E space Y space.
Do you think he's texting it? Do you think he's texting each letter as its own text? Or just a lot of spaces in between?
It looks like it's just space in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The letters separately.
That would be insane.
He's like, how do I text more in a constant way?
Yeah,
I know. One letter at a time.
He read an article that's like, how do I connect with my friends? And it's like, text them more. And he's like, okay. H-E-Y.
That is more.
Yeah.
When he texted the first time like this, I thought even though I found it annoying, I'd ignore it as he's only done it once. But he continued to send messages like that. After the third time, I asked politely if he could stop sending me messages like that, as it is annoying. He said he would continue to send messages like this on and off. He's like, no.
I'm cracking up at you being like, as it is annoying. You said annoying.
Annoying. He said he would continue to send messages like this on and off. He's like putting his foot down.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I will text you with spaces in between the letters.
He's setting a boundary.
Yeah.
He's like, if you don't like me at my worst,
you're not letting me.
You don't deserve me at my best.
Yeah. I lost where we are. Oh, I told him numerous times to stop, and a few times I've said it's childish, pathetic, and stupid to send messages like that. And it's not funny.
It's so dramatic. It's fucking pathetic.
And this is the one time I text today, and this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I really mean this, because I only text once.
Yeah.
My texts are meaningful.
Dude, you know who texts like that?
Yeah.
Fucking, like, our parents' generation.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
text like it's an email.
Yeah.
Like, my neighbor Linda, she'll text me and she'll be like, hey, like, there was flooding in New York recently, and she's like, hey, how are you doing with all the flooding? Linda. And I'm like, I know it's Linda. I have your number saved.
Yeah.
Although I wish the guys who text me from Tinder would always sign it because I never save their numbers.
Oh, yeah, same here. Especially if you're trying to get things going again.
I know,
after a year.
Yeah.
You expect me to have saved it?
Yeah.
After 2 dates?
I know. God.
I have so many. It's like Tim Tinder with 3 R's on the Tinder.
Why?
Because I just need it to be variable, but it's not meaningful if if I look them up, I'm like, you
have so many Tim Tinders.
I feel like I have a lot of Tims and Sams.
I've dated 2 Sams this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Sams out there. What the fuck? Anyway.
He has admitted to sending me messages like that because he gets a thrill, as he knows it pisses me off. A year ago, so I gotta say first, like, I like to send messages with the invisible effect.
Me too, yeah.
But I like it to reveal something that is
stupid.
Important.
Yeah.
Because I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Because you have to go through so much effort to look at something that does not matter.
Yeah.
But I know that I would only do that to friends who I also would think it was funny.
Yeah.
And if anyone ever set a boundary and was like, I hate this and it's ruining our friendship. I would
absolutely stop doing it.
It's not important enough to me to send you an invisible text.
I know.
Like, this is my, like, identity or something.
Yeah. But also, like, we've all had friends like this where they like pissing you off.
Yeah.
But in a way that's not, like, jokey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, I don't know, like, we'll make fun of each other and I'll be like, oh, don't.
Yeah.
And, like, act all mad about it.
Yeah.
But I don't actually get mad.
No.
But, like, there are people who are like, I want to make her fucking mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you knew that I was sending you this stuff to piss you off,
it would make me even
then
more
you'd be mad.
Yeah.
Because you'd know my intention was bad instead of like, hey, this is stupid.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Recently, I had to turn off all messaging notifications like Messenger, Snapchat, WhatsApp. Because he's constantly sending me messages like this.
Over
this lady
every
is
platform.
this lady is like the other extreme where she's just way too like strict and like she's a little uptight, I think.
No, she sounds uptight.
I text once a day.
Chiefly.
She eats the same meals.
Profound.
Every day. I mean, I do that, but
yeah.
But I text
But
phone.
not because I'm not cool.
Yeah. Not only that, I'm a full-time undergraduate student. I'm an undergrad.
Oh my God.
Dude.
Oh, you're in college?
Yeah, you have a part-time schedule, you mean?
Yeah.
Full-time undergrad, part-time work.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you have 2 lectures a day.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of free time.
You have 3 hours between anything you need to be doing.
Yeah.
And I need to concentrate on my studies, and I've notified him in the past that I am studying and not to message me, but he sends the messages like that, even with the notifications off. I finally snapped. I went on messages, found out I had 67 messages.
Oh my God.
From him, all individual.
Oh my God.
I sent him this exact message. Mate. Ooh, Australian?
Australian.
Listen, I get that you think it's hilarious sending individual letter message. So it is individual letters.
I fucking knew it, bro.
Oh my God.
Knew it. It would be annoying, but it would be way more annoying than the spaces.
Yeah.
But this reaction is way too much.
Yeah. Listen, I get you think it's hilarious sending individual letter messages, but it's not. I think it's pathetic and childish and annoying. Annoying. After all, you're 22. I've told you so many times to please stop sending me messages like that because it's annoying. And even you said you only do it to get a kick out of annoying me.
Annoying. She said annoying 4 times.
I know. Not only do you say you're a friend, but I have told you in the past, I'm studying and to please not message me unless it's an emergency. And yet within a minute, you're responding by sending individual letter messages. Because and only because of you, I've turned all my messaging notifications off of every platform I have. where I'm able to send messages, and I think it's childish and pathetic, and you should grow up. So
also,
fuck off.
You can block specific people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So fuck off. Don't text me unless you're going to text like normal people do. Am I the asshole? Right after sending that message.
This is so much. This lady has nothing going on, and that's why she's getting so mad at it.
Yeah, she only has school. Yeah. And she probably kind of knows she has nothing going on. So she bigs up her school thing.
She bigs it up.
Yeah.
She bigs up
her school thing. That is something I
thing.
feel like people do when they've got nothing.
Sorry, are we ignoring the fact that you said she bigs up something?
You don't like the way I talk? Deal with it. I am going to talk like this from time to time.
Brittany, I'm setting a boundary. You have to stop saying bigs up.
You can't say big it up.
She bigs up. She bigs it up. Dude, fucking big it up, bro. Big it up. That sounds like something you'd say at like, where it's like, would you like to supersize
YouTube party?
It?
Oh.
A YouTube party?
I feel like people say it when they want something to be full screen.
Nobody's ever said, can you big it up?
Can you big it up? Yeah. I've heard people say that.
Really?
Maybe it's just one person. That's what I thought the main context was.
Yeah.
It's for YouTube watching.
It's for YouTube watching.
Because I can't transfer to context because I can't perspective take.
Yeah, perspective take.
So I'm like, it's only for this one thing that I heard it in once.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I do feel like people do that sometimes when they don't have a lot going on.
So then the only thing they have going on is the most important thing. Yeah.
And it's the most important thing to them, and they make it the most important thing to everybody else.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm doing this. You know, I'm an undergrad full time, right?
Dude, you know what this reminds me of? That pregnant lady who kept talking about it in her group chat.
Right.
And she was like, this is the most important thing in the world. I'm having a baby. Like, it's the hardest thing to do, even though everybody fucking does it.
Yeah. Every text this person receives, she's like, being reminded she's an undergrad and she's studying.
Yeah, I know. She's like, I don't have the time to read these individual letters. Yeah. I have to write this term paper about Shakespeare.
Yeah. I wonder when she like does finally do her one text a day to each of her friends.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, if you have something to say to me, say it to me now because this is the one text I'm doing a day.
Yeah.
And this is your opportunity. You have 10 minutes to respond.
Yeah. Also, she could just, I don't know, like, it's insane. She's doing the absolute fucking most. How old is she? 20?
20 or 22.
God.
Yeah. She's 22. And I hate texting.
Which is insane. She's also probably one of those girls who's like, everybody's always on their phones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't need to be on my phone. I'm experiencing life as an undergrad.
Yeah. Man. I'm highlighting my books, guys.
Yeah. Dude, this is the girl who has a huge backpack and carries her books like this.
Yeah.
And has a really long ponytail and runs to her classes.
Yeah.
She's like, get out of my way. This is the most important thing that's ever happened to me.
She asks too many questions in class as
well.
Ugh. And the questions are not out of actual curiosity. The questions are to be like, I did what I was supposed to do and I know stuff about what's going on.
Yeah. The questions, and when the professor's like, that's a good question, she's like, she comes in her pants.
Yeah. She has to adjust.
Yeah.
She looks like she's adjusting, but she's actually coming in her pants.